The Amazing Tristeon presents The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild review. What is The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild? In this game, you play as Link, the fallen hero who is woken up after a long slumber in the Shrine of Resurrection. It's an open-air game, which means that it is the open-world game. However, you can climb up walls and then paraglide, so it's open air as well. The strategic combat system with stealth focuses, sneaking focuses, and lots of ways you can take on an enemy. Like, for example, in just one enemy camp, you can attack with a lantern, you can attack normally, you can throw weapons, you can do arrows, you can just do lots of stuff. And it's exploration focused. There's tons of points of interest, and it's an open world game, which is why it's exploration focused. Strong suits. Naturally, being a Nintendo game, it'll have The Amazing Tristeon presents The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild review. So you might be asking the question, well, that's all great, but what is The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild? Well, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is a video game by Nintendo in 2016 or 2017, I'm not sure, where you play as Link, the fallen hero who is woken up after a long slumber in the Shrine of Resurrection. It's an open-air game, which means that it's an open-world game, but you can also climb up stuff and paraglide off of stuff. So it's an open-air game. The strategic combat system was stealth-focused, where there's so many ways to take out just one enemy. And it's exploration-focused, because it's an open-world game and has tons of points of interest scattered throughout the map. Now, being a Nintendo game, it's sure to have some strong suits. Here are some of its major ones. Number 1, the climbing. This is probably one of the single hugest changes ever to Zelda. Now you can climb up any vertical structure, well, practically any. There's a few places you can climb up, practically 99.99% of the cliffs you see you can climb them, as long as you have enough stamina. 2, it's an open world. This is a great suit because open world games are really hard to find, because it's really hard to make them, because you have to have a huge environment and you have to have tons of things to do. But The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild does all of that and pulls it off perfectly. Number 3, the combat. Here's what I was saying before. The combat is an amazing system. There are so many ways here. As you can see in this picture, Link likely shot an arrow through on a lantern in order to knock it down to the barrels and sniped off the enemies, and then finished off the last ones with a sword. All very interesting combat mechanics. Shrines. This one's somewhat of a controversial opinion. Lots of people hate shrines, but I kind of like them. They're bite-sized puzzles that reward you with a spirit orb that can either upgrade your hearts or stamina, and they're all puzzles, and there's multiple ways to solve them, just like the game itself. And other strong suits. There are lots of very strong suits, including towers, somewhat controversially weapon durability, and just many others. Paraglider is another great example. And starting point, not so strong suits. 1, the bosses. The bosses, I hate to break this to you, but the bosses in The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild are terrible. This is Dark Beast Ganon, which is more like a cinematic cutscenes than an actual boss. There are 4 Ganons: Windblight, Waterblight, Fireblight, and Thunderblight. They're all really bad. Thunderblight's decent, but the other ones are just plain boring. Calamity Ganon's okay, and the mini-bosses are okay. In general, it's known for having really bad bosses. 2, rain. Rain is a really good idea. It's not the rain itself is bad. In fact, it helps with sneaking, which is really nice for combat. No, it's the climbing during rain. When you climb during rain, every few seconds you slip down and lose some stamina. I know this is meant to mirror real life, but it's really not nice. Horses. Now, horses are a great idea implemented wrongly. The idea is that you have a trusty steed which you tame yourself and increase your bond with them, and then when they become more obedient, you can ride them around. However, the problem is that there's so many points of interest. You'll get off your horse and start climbing, or get off your horse and start paragliding, or get off your horse and start swimming. Not that long. So normally your horse goes missing, so it's called back at a nearby stable, but then that'll happen right over again. In summary, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is an absolutely amazing game, so it does have its flaws. Therefore, I give it a 10 out of 10 ranking. Like and subscribe for more awesome content. This is the Amazing Tristeon, signing out.